हेलो दोस्तों, मैं हूं नलिन सवारा, आपका अपना दोस्त। और आज ये जो मैं फेसबुक लाइव कर रहा हूँ, ये मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं एक टेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ कि फेसबुक लाइव कैसा चलता है और अगर ठीक आता है वीडियो या नहीं। और दूसरा ये क्योंकि मैं एक घोषणा यानी कि अनाउंसमेंट करना चाहता हूँ अपने सारे फेसबुक फ्रेंड्स से कि आने वाले दिनों में मैं कई सारी पोस्ट्स लिखूँगा अपने ब्लॉग पे, कुछ यूट्यूब वीडियोस बनाऊँगा और कई बार आने वाले वक्त में फेसबुक पे लाइव आऊँगा। ऐसा करने में मेरा मकसद या मेरा लक्ष्य ये है कि लोगों से मैं वार्तालाप कर सकूं और आप सबके साथ कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी शेयर कर सकूं जो पिछले कई महीनों या बरसों में मैंने देखी हैं। कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें शेयर करूंगा जो जिन चीज़ों पे मैं काम कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कि मैं कुछ ऐप्स बना रहा हूँ, और कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें शेयर करूंगा जहाँ पे मैंने दिल्ली में कुछ ऐसी जगहें देखी जो इंटरेस्टिंग थी इन दिनों, क्योंकि हम सारे कोरोना वायरस के कारण लॉकडाउन में हैं, तो ज़्यादा घूमना फिरना नहीं होता। इसलिए बहुत अच्छा लगेगा कि मैं शेयर करूं कि अरे देखो, ये मार्केट है, यहाँ पे एक अच्छी सी खाने की जगह है, यहाँ पे ये आइटम या ये डिश मिलती है खासी खाने की। और आप लोग भी उस पर काउंटर फीडबैक मुझे दे सकते हैं, कह सकते हैं कि अरे तुम इस वाली दुकान में गए, तुम वहाँ नहीं गए, या इस मार्केट के पास एक और मार्केट है, या एक और टूरिस्ट स्पॉट है, या एक और अच्छी देखने की जगह है। और इस प्रकार हम आइडियाज़ शेयर कर सकते हैं, नॉलेज शेयर कर सकते हैं, व्यूज़ शेयर कर सकते हैं, एंड वी कैन ऑल सॉर्ट ऑफ कनेक्ट online if not in person. And it would be interesting because for a long time there are things that I have really cherished, relished, enjoyed, and which I wanted to share. Like I would go to forts, monuments, eating joints, and I'd click lots of photos, I'd click videos, but I've never quite had a chance to share because I always felt that if I just share them as a photo or a video on Facebook, I'm not sharing the story or the background inherent with the item I'm sharing. A lot of times it would happen that because I'm very busy, I would not actually be able to put my thoughts together in a way that does justice to the place I'm visiting. So, over the last many months, a lot of my Facebook shares or posts have been friends only. Uh, and for a long time, I've had a thought that if I were to make them public, or if I were to put these places I've visited, these pics I've clicked on a public YouTube channel that people can search the way they search Google. And it would be very interesting to have people from across a section of society and across the world see stuff, comment, share their experiences, share their perspectives. And I would love to know more, learn more, have other people's thoughts, ideas, perspectives on stuff that I found interesting, stuff that I found cool, food that enjoyed, places that I found picturesque and beautiful. And it would just be very interesting to hear all of your thoughts. And since we are having a coronavirus lockdown these days, hopefully the fact that I'm making somewhat serious, somewhat humorous, somewhat interesting, somewhat topical content, which is not purely nonsensical, would get at least a few of my friends to join in with me and watch me online, watch my videos if I post them online or on Facebook, read my articles, read my blog posts, and share your thoughts. It'd be nice, it'd be great. Because, just as an example, to share something, a couple of months back, I went to Hyderabad, and the last few trips to Hyderabad, I'd been staying in rooms that I'd booked through Oyo Rooms or Booking.com, and I'd never quite enjoyed the experience. And it's not that I'm short on money, but the thing about Oyo Rooms, for example, is that they have a certain baseline price at which they sell a room, no matter how bad it is. Same with Booking.com. And I would walk around Hyderabad out to attend a conference or an event in one of the best five-star hotels, but I'd see lots of reasonably priced food options, lots of reasonably priced staying options, which in the south are called men's PG hostels or men's paying guest hostels. And after the last 2 or 3 trips for a particular conference for which I'd come every year, I decided that let me now give these Oyo Rooms and Booking.com a break. Let me go and stay in a men's paying guest hostel, or let me stay with a local family. and not a family that has listed their space on Airbnb, but generally. So this time when I went to Hyderabad, I stayed at a men's paying guest hostel, a men's PG hostel, and it was like the hostel I had seen last time, thinking that I'm gonna stay here, that had shut down, had turned into an Oyo rooms. The minimum room price per night was 1400 rupees a month, a day, uh, for a hostel that used to once give out single seater rooms for 9000 rupees a month. And I was like, what the hell? But I walked around a little bit, and this is in Gachibowli, next to a place where you have dhabas and hotels open till 2:30 at night, all sorts of interesting, cool street food. And I found a place, and the owner, who was a South Indian gentleman, he didn't speak a word of Hindi or English, he claimed, and he had one of his tenants interact with me to translate to and fro between his words and mine. Said that okay, for 500 rupees a night you can stay at my PG hostel, and I said okay, that sounds good. So he said, and you have to pay 3 days of rent in advance, and kindly get show me proof of identity. So I said, here's my Aadhaar card. He said, okay, go and get a photocopy done. So I looked here and I looked there, and I said, okay, since it's a PG hostel and you have guys who are just completed their education and doing their first job, or who can otherwise are just barely in student life or barely out of student life, he assumes I'm also one. I said, fine, I'll do it. I gave him the money, and he said, come join us for lunch. I said, lunch? He says, yeah. He says, we have 3 meals, and these are the hours. And it seems that for that 500 rupees a night, you had 3 meals a day included in it, as much as you can eat. And 2 or 3 times a week, they would make non-veg. Like they would serve meat, they would serve egg, and they would serve paneer. And the interesting thing was that this event, which was the Indian Game Developer Conference in Hyderabad, it was happening at Novotel Hyderabad International Convention Center. One night I came back from that event really sozzled and drunk, and I was like barging in at maybe 11:30, or was it 12:30 at night, and they have these tables, these plastic tables in the parking lot of the men's paying guest hostels in Hyderabad, where all the men living are served food by the owner and his staff or family, and everybody eats. So I went, and there was one plate left in the table on the parking lot. It was covered by another plate. So I lifted the cover of the plate and I looked at it, and it was a full plate of rice with 2 boiled eggs on it, and a small finger bowl filled with egg curry in it, and also paneer. And I was coming back at almost 12 at night, sozzled with alcohol, having eaten more than I could eat, both of the dinner and the starters. And beyond that, for most part, I am vegan, or I am at least vegetarian. So I might not have eaten either the paneer or the egg curry, but I was just touched. I said, this owner is a tough chap. He's a hard negotiator. He acts sometimes that, okay, my word is final, but such a decent gesture of him and his staff or family to leave a full plate of rice and 2 eggs and egg curry for me, and paneer and all the other dishes that they had. And I just wish I could have clicked a photo of that table in the parking lot of that men's paying guest hostel's mess section, where people would eat and where their food had been left for me. And I wished I could just somehow capture it. If I had a camera, or I had or if I was less drunk, or if I was less tired, I would have surely photographed it. But there are stories like this, maybe dozens of stories that I'd like to share. And of these events, I have photos, I have maybe maps, I have maybe dates and tickets. And I'm very hopeful that in the next few days, I'll edit a few of these journeys, a few of these stories, a few of my experiences, whether traveling like I described, or whether within my own city, of seeing monuments, of talking to people, of eating, trying out new foodstuffs, meeting new people. I'll put them together, edit them together into videos, even if it's just a voice narration with artifacts like photographs or tickets and maps and graphics superimposed on the screen as the video while my voice narrates. I'll try to share these stories and these incidents in the next few days, and I'm hopeful, and I request all of you to watch them, to visit my blog www.shauk.in, that is shauk.in. Shauk means passion or hobby in Hindi or Urdu, and शौकीन is actually like शौकीन, and I would say कि मैं शौकीन बंदा हूँ in Hindi. Shaukin means that somebody who's avid, who's passionate about, not about passions like alcohol or sex, but about passions relating to hobbies, passions relating to interests, who avidly follows and chases the things that he enjoys and likes. And in my life, it is my passion to be an avid, to live life in an avid way, to explore, to sample, to taste, to immerse myself 100%, that if I go on a trek or I walk through a wilderness in Delhi, I would walk and push myself till the time I get totally sozzled and exhausted. So even a 3-hour hike sometimes would leave me so tired that I have to come home and just go to sleep. But those experiences leave an imprint on me, and in the next few days I'll try to share some of them. I will encourage and invite all of you to visit my blog www.shauk.in, that is shock.in, and there's an option on my blog, apart from the blog posts you can see of articles I have written before, to subscribe and receive notifications of future blog posts from me via email. I invite you all to visit my blog and subscribe via email to my blog, so that in the next few days when I write these posts, even if Facebook doesn't show you these posts, even if somehow you are occupied or busy and you miss those posts, my posts, my writings, links to my videos, links to things I have done and places I have gone will come as emails into your email inbox, and at aram se, at leisure, whenever you have the time, you can look through them. And with this, I will start to end my Facebook live session. Thank you all so much for watching. I can see a bunch of folks are watching, and it's my absolute pleasure that all of you are watching. Thank you. Do leave a comment. Tell me what kind of stuff you'd like to read about. Would you like to read about street food? Would you like to read about historical monuments I visited? Would you like to read about nature walks I've done? Or would you like to read more about my travel anecdotes and adventures? Thank you. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night, and namaste.